Well, better than interrupting me at least. Hey Matt, like I saw you were streaming like 10 minutes ago, so I'm guessing you just stopped. How's the stream? Anyway, hello guys, welcome to yet another challenge run of Final Fantasy 2. So this one, I'm calling it as Quadzerker since it's gonna be based on a Final Fantasy 5 theme. Uh, PXS is not like this, and oh, encoding overloaded. Wow, it's been a while since I've got that message. So hopefully the graphics are fine. I'm playing the GBA version after a long time. So since this challenge run is inspired from Final Fantasy V, we're gonna go with that naming convention. Oh, these guys are fine. This guy's gonna be buds. No. I can hardly make out the letters. How do what? Oh, okay. It's been so long that I've forgotten the button configurations. So I was debating whether Maria should be Lena or Faris, but I think we already have a Faris equivalent. Although she's not called Faris, sadly. If I knew how to hack the GBA, I would probably rename Layla to Faris. Just for the sake of convenience. No other changes. So this has been my big debate. What to name Guy? It seems really stupid to name him Kaloof. Can't name him Krill. Although it would be fun. How about we name Guy as Krill? What other options do we have? There's already a Sid in the game. Mid is a mid I was considering. This is that. That's a good option. That is a good option. Also one of the 4 Dawn Warriors. And finally, our villain can't really call him X-Death. Maybe Gilgamesh, since he is second in command. Let's see if Gilgamesh fits. But Gilgamesh being Lena's brother, I don't think we can really make it work here. Necropho. Why Necropho? Any particular reason? But we have to consider that he's going to join our party endgame. So is it really good calling him Gilgamesh? Because we're kind of getting command of X-Death in the void. Oh, I see what's happening. I'm constantly getting these encoding overloads because I pumped up the bitrate since last time I played the GBA version. Okay, I'll need to look into that then. I guess my processor is not able to handle, I don't know, encoding at this higher bitrate, I guess. Wow, this is unfamiliar territory. When I'm not restricted by my internet, rather I'm restricted by my specifications. You don't get to see it until the end either. Yeah, but remember that he joins our party. So what would be a convenient name for that? Like we can justify that in the end Gilgamesh becomes kind of a good guy and helps us out, but he never really joins our party. So I don't have an equivalent for this. Maybe we could name Leon another Dawn Warrior. Who's that werewolf guy? Forgot his name. See, this is what happens when you play without cutscenes for so long. That dude actually dies. I don't know. Let's figure this out. I'm quite sure. What is his name? I'm looking this up. Kelga. Might name him Kelga. Kelga Vlondet. Where are they getting these second names from? But if you name him Kelga, then that makes him a villain for most of the game. So, maybe I should just call him Gilgamesh. Yeah, I can't really think of a better justification. But it's going to be pretty hilarious when Gilgamesh joins our party endgame. And Gilgamesh is decidedly serious here. Oh well, we'll have to make some sacrifice. First thing, I don't think Gilgamesh is gonna fit. Nope. No, I don't want that. What the hell? Oh man, one wrong press. Gilgi, yep. That's the next best thing. What? Yeah, dude, assign. Oh, right, I have to delete them first. I swear, this is not my first time playing FF2, guys. I swear. So by coincidence here, Lena and Gilgi are siblings. Let's reflect on that. Good Faris for Leon. Yeah, but remember, if we go with Faris, then she's gonna be portrayed as a villain for most of the game. I'll never stop pretending to be a dude. Honestly, Gilgi is the best I can justify here. Oh dear God. The lag is real. What happened? Hey, let me check this out. Are you kidding me? Lagging in a GBA game? Interesting. I can only think it's because of the load put on the CPU by the encoder. Because the CPU is at about 40%. That's pretty bad, but I'll take that since I have set the bitrate higher than last time. Yeah, I don't know how to deal with this. Anyway, we're going with Gilgi. Start game. Alright, let's do this. So, what is the Quadzerker challenge? If you have played FF5, the Berserker is basically a troll job. Or it can be viewed as a troll job. For those who don't know, Quadzerker is a job which basically goes on auto battle. However, he is pretty useful, but yeah, I would say it's definitely for advanced players only. Anyway, a main point about the Berserker is that all he does is fight, and we also don't get an option to select any targets for him. The only thing we can control is well, we can't control the Berserker at all, which is why a Quadzerker challenge in Final Fantasy V is basically auto battle. You get to do nothing inside battle. So in order to simulate that, the only force restriction for this challenge run in FF2 is that I'm only allowed to use the fight command in battle, and additionally, I'm not allowed to select a target. What this does mean is that the auto selection of target will always be the foremost enemy in the front row. That's not a big problem because the latest versions of FF5, the PC and mobile versions, do behave like that. So it's no big deal. Oh my god, it's lagging like hell. Since there's no auto battle in FF2, at least not in this version, I don't think there's auto battle in any version. I remember there being auto battle in FF3, but though FF3 was released for the PC. FF2 was never released for the PC. Excuse me. This is ridiculous. The lag is absolutely ridiculous. Oh dear god. So what else about the Zerg? There are many things about the Zerg. Something eating my performance here. I don't know what. CPU's at 45% now. I'm constantly getting encoding overload errors. Do you have a dedicated GPU? I don't have a dedicated GPU and I have not selected GPU encoding. Holy crap. Let me see if I can fix this. Just give me a moment. What the hell did I do? I think I switched to some other ROM, so all progress has been lost. No, I don't think I can fix this. Rip. It's loaded at one source. No, I don't think I can. I don't think I can fix it for now. Well, at least on the plus side, I'm not facing internet issues. Are you also recording? Nope, just streaming. I'm constantly getting encoding errors, so I kind of know where the bottleneck is. I just need to figure out how to deal with it. How did you deal with it when you were getting encoding errors? I've never got this before, even at this bitrate. So I'm guessing it has to do with how I'm capturing the GBA. It's not a window capture in OBS. It's a special. I'm using the game capture source, which apparently out of the damn settings. What? And you even have a GPU. Hmm. That's not a new issue. I see. Okay, so that's how you dealt with it. I guess for the first time in my life, I'll need to look into encoding. I'll need to improve the performance of encoding because there is no way it should have any trouble encoding this. I don't see why it's having any problem. But a new issue. Let's just soldier on today, and hopefully I'll have it fixed by next time. I mean, compared to how what a shit show my stream generally is, this lag is not too bad. Not too bad. Anyway, I got sidetracked. You're talking about the Zerks. So, what other characteristics of the Zerg? They can only equip heavy armor. They can only equip axes and knives. But all of those I'm going to be considering as optional restrictions. Food barrage, sure. So the only force restriction is that I can only use the fight command, and I'm not allowed to select targets. So what this makes it, this actually makes it very similar to the no magic challenge with additional restrictions. So my opinion is I don't really think that it's going to be particularly interesting, but I am intrigued. Ever since the idea was put in my head, I don't know whether it was Matt or it was Puzzle, but one of them I know raised up this issue. I think they were just joking when they asked when am I going to try and do a Quadzerk in FF5. I believe it was FF5. As soon as I said it, I was like, yeah, I should try out a Quadzerk challenge in FF2. It'd be fun. I'd like to know how it turns out. So here we are. As I said, I don't think it's going to be particularly interesting, and I'm not talking about you guys. I don't think it's going to be particularly interesting for me either. But I'm just curious to know. And it's not like we got better things to do. So we might as well. And it's been a long time since I played the GBA version. So the GBA version affords me some very important conveniences that I don't think I can live without for this restrictive challenge run. Alright, let's grab the Wild Rose keyword. And I think that's all we need, right? Yeah, that's all we need. Yeah, I'm going to keep the cursor as default just to make sure that I don't even select any other menu by mistake. Fastest message speed. Oh yeah, in addition to that, I'm going to try for 100% bestiary and 100% treasure. I generally always do 100% treasure anyway, so that's no big deal. But 100% bestiary is something new, and it might prove difficult because there are a lot of Why aren't you dashing? Always dash on? Yep, always dash. I forgot we had to turn that on manually. So, what are the other restrictions that I was considering? Zergs can only equip heavy armor and they can only equip axes and knives. So as soon as that is made clear, probably you can think of even as early as the first dungeon what problem we are going to run up against. But I'm going to pretend for this challenge run that it's a blind simulation. So let's assume that everything's going to be new to me, and we will tackle problems as and when they occur. To be honest, I don't really expect there to be many problems, at least not until well into the second half of the game. Oh yeah, Zergs can also equip shields. But the thing is, in Final Fantasy II, equipping shields also makes you fast, as in terms of turn order. So I would like evasion bonuses from the shield, no doubt. But in order to simulate how slow the Zergs are, I mean, if you ever played with the Berserker in Final Fantasy V, you know that the enemy will get a whole round of turns before he gets a turn. So that's what we're going to try and simulate, and this is yet another restriction that is completely optional. Based on everything, based on the number of times I played this game, I can tell you that not having evasion is probably the biggest challenge this game has to offer. And what is the answer? I don't see any answer to that either. I don't really have an answer for what you do if you don't have evasion. Actually, I do, but it involves a lot of grinding. We'll see what happens. But I emphasize, the only real restriction, the only forced restriction is basically just keeping the A button pressed in battle. Which means all the tactics that we have to work with is equipment selection outside battle, rows, what else? Mazzora's characters of Quadzerker. Involves a lot of grinding is actually an understatement. Right, there is no word that can indicate how much grinding is involved, and even then you're not guaranteed victory. You still have to depend a lot on RNG. Anyway, so heavy armor restriction for now. We are going to follow as many restrictions as we can and strip out whenever we face issues, because you know how I am. Challenge run is an FF2 challenge run is not really a challenge run. Anytime the game actually gets challenging, I'm going to cop out, take out a few restrictions and make it easy. Oh, we don't have access here? Seriously? Well, at least we have a knife. Unlike the first town in goddamn FF5. What am I doing? Okay, Zazat has an axe and leather armor. So in order to go with the theme of heavy armor, I'm going to deck them out in as much armor as possible. Of course, we all know about FF2 is the more damage you take, the more HP you'll get. So that is one thing that's probably the only thing that's going to be in my favor, which also ties into what the Berserkers do. That is have high HP. So I'm wondering whether I should deck everybody out in full armor or just leave them naked in order to gain HP. For now, I will prefer heavy armor, just to go along with how a casual player would play this game. Also, while I'm on this topic, I would also like to, take this opportunity to demonstrate what happens if you go the traditional route. Buy as much heavy armor as possible and don't use shields. So we'll buy knives for those who don't have axe. I believe we have axe in the next town, so that was probably a waste of money. And if I have money, I will deck everybody out in armor. Okay. So weapons is taken care of. Let's go buy armor with all the extra money I have. With whatever leftover cash I have. We are gonna need as many potions as I can carry. And yeah, in the GBA version I can carry 99 potions, 99 high potions. Trust me, end game that's not gonna be enough. But we'll worry about end game when we actually get there. Buckler. Well, no shields for now. Another convenience of the GBA version is that I don't think that we'll ever be wanting for money. Right off the bat, monsters give a decent amount of cash, so that's cool. Leather cap and leather gloves. We don't have leather armor here, sadly. So we have enough cash to buy whatever equipment we can. Lena does not have a body piece. She's gonna have to be like that until we get to the next town at least, which is not far off. Anything else? We don't care about magic, and I should probably buy as many potions as I can. How much cash do I have? Not a lot. Well, let's just buy 5 or so potions. So, in terms of grinding, there are definitely going to be instances where I'm going to need to grind. But as I've said before, the beauty of FF2 is you need to first figure out what to grind, what you need to grind, because it's not just mindless gaining EXP and then everything is tied to your experience or ABP, whatever you want to call it. Let's attempt to go to the next town. Zero damage. I guess that's the benefit of buying equipment in the first town. These early game monsters probably not. I mean, normally at our HP values of 30, 20 and 40, they are relatively dangerous, but I usually go without any armor at all, so that would make sense why I always get thrashed. So at least in terms of damage reduction, this is going to help a bit wearing armor, but very soon we are going to find out that wearing armor is a really bad idea. Let me not spoil it. Can somebody please hit? So since Zerg can equip both knives and axes, I will cross-train them in both knives and axes. We'll think about other equipment later, other weapons later. The cat is so good. Well, in that case, I am being true to the FF5 meme then. So far, so good. What, we only got one encounter? Unlucky, I'd say. Let's go check out the shop first. Axes? Yeah, these guys have an axe. $100. The fact that weapons are cheaper in the GBA version is playing to my advantage. Thank you very much. One thing I am sad about is that I don't see how this challenge run will be possible in the NES version, But that's not going to prevent me from trying. We'll see one day. But I think it is going to be pretty interesting even in the GBA version. So that's why I'm trying it out here. GBA and PSP versions are relatively similar. PSP version is actually a little worse. Okay, I won't go in and in. Holy shit, that lag. Nah, it's not the in's fault. It's like every 5 minutes I'll get an encoding overload. Because I guess it keeps on going more and more, falling more and more behind. Did I save? I should remember to save often because I can die at any time. So regarding grinding, now because of all the restrictions that this challenge run poses, there's definitely grinding can't be avoided. But my policy generally is that whenever possible, we're going to try and surmount any obstacle that we face using tactics rather than levels or rather than brute force. However, in some cases, it just doesn't make sense. And one of the examples will come up shortly. I don't know how soon it'll come up, but all I can say is by the end of the first dungeon, we'll already be faced with a situation where the only option seems like we would need to grind. So my opinion on that matter. Wait, who just got a level? Okay, everybody's level 2, right? He's level 2 in axes, so Lena is the only one that's remaining. So my opinion is that if there's a situation which just needs you to grind a lot, then I don't see the point of a restriction which just forces you to grind more. So that is why I have just one force restriction and all the others are optional. Because I'm going to use the fact that FF2 allows anybody to use any weapon as a tactical advantage, as well as the fact that anybody can wear any equipment. I'm going to try and stick to the restrictions as much as possible. Like the Zerg is only allowed to wear heavy armor, only allowed to wield axes and knives. But I find that pretty impractical given how FF2 has much simpler mechanics than FF5, obviously. Because remember, in FF5, there's a significant difference between using knives and axes. Axes help you a lot. Axes will help you against enemies with higher defense, and knives will help you against enemies with high evade. But in terms of damage, there's no real difference between those two weapon classes in FF2. It just depends on the power of the weapon that you get. So due to the simplistic nature of this game, a lot of options are unavailable to us. So yeah, grinding is pretty much the only solution that's left in such situations if we want to adhere to all the restrictions, which is why In certain situations, I'm just going to call it. I'm just going to say that in order to go through this giveaway over the empire. Don't worry, the rebellion is also here. That was one hell of a translation, wasn't it? But it kind of petered out after half the game. It's like someone who's actually competent in English, or maybe I just got used to it. The empires is everywhere. Nobody's gaining any HP right now. But that's okay. Easily remedied. I am the rebellion! Oh no, it's not this guy. This guy is not the rebellion. The guy in Bots is the rebellion. Rebellions. No, rebellion. Rebellions is the entire movement. Oh, another thing is that I am going to be doing Soul of Rebirth as well. So I need to be very careful about keeping track of when the party members in my team leave, because I need to give them the best equipment I can, so that it'll be useful for them in Soul of Rebirth as well. Holy shit, Soul of Rebirth is going to be something if I can't use magic. You know what? Now that I think about it, I'll keep that I'll keep that optional, okay? Soul of Rebirth is optional. As in the Quadzerker challenge. Getting the Quadzerker challenge in Soul of Rebirth is probably going to tear me a new one. So I'm going to keep that as optional. I can already think of some of the enemies there who I'm not going to be able to do any damage whatsoever. No. I don't think it's going to work. But we'll see. We'll see. Depending on how well the base game goes, we'll see what we are supposed to do in Soul of Rebirth. Because I'm already giving up. That's how well I know this game, man. Like as soon as that thought struck me, I could already see the almost insurmountable obstacles that would be in the way. And I don't even think grinding to quad 9 HP is going to help me in that case. We shall see. Thankfully there's no stupid things like Surge Beam and Rocket Punch and stuff like that in this game. So having more HP is always a good thing. My brother Gilgi, have you heard of it? That sounds so funny. I'm having second thoughts about naming him Gilgi. My brother Gilgi, have you seen him? We escaped from Finn together. He has my Genji shield. Maybe it's all this talking, but I feel tired. Yeah, maybe it's all this talking, dude. And you getting out of bed. Oh, rip. See you in Soul of Rebirth, Scott. Oh wait, perhaps I should have an extra shield to give to Scott, because he does not start with a shield, or does he? Does he start with a shield? Yeah, he does. He starts with a mithril shield. So Scott is okay. I should remember to give didn't have time to give shitty gear. He's fine. He's decked out in mithril. Okay, this is one of the stupidest things in this game. The ring. A memento from Scott that allows the party to view the world. Okay, not bad. I swear the description in the PSP version is a lot stupider. Next time I play the PSP version, see if you can remind me to view this description of the ring. It's something like select circle star, something stupid like that. How are you supposed to decipher that? And that's not even related to the game. At least this says a memento from Scott that allows the party to view the world map. Of course, it still doesn't give you the exact instruction that you need to push B and select. But I guess you were expected to have played FF1, seeing as how this is a compilation of both those games. So I don't know, but it's certainly not intuitive to me. I never had to discover this for myself. I was directly told. Uh, B select, right? There we go. So the world map is only visible when after we've got Scott's ring. Very important to note. So already this is going far better than I anticipated. I actually thought I'd get my ass kicked on my way to Finn. But the fact is, heavy armor in this stage of the game actually helps you a lot. In direct contrast to how I was abusing it like 10 minutes ago. That's one of the really troll things about this game. One of many is that the way it's designed, you are incentivized to wear heavy equipment in the beginning part of the game and have as much defense as possible, because you don't have a lot of HP at the beginning, and also enemies are pretty benign. They'll just do damage, and all the other things that come with not having any evade are generally nullified because you don't have much evade at the beginning of the game anyway. It's only after halfway through the game when you start getting your ass handed to you if you don't have much evade. And honestly, if you play the way it was intended and you wear a shield, then it'll never come into play. You will always probably, given enough grinding in between dungeons, you will have decent stats to take on the next dungeon. But of course, they didn't. I don't know why they never thought that people would prefer dual wielding, even though it doesn't work in the NES version. But in the remakes, it gives you a very false idea that you can get more damage by dual wielding. You can get more damage by dual wielding, but at a very high cost. Oh, looks like everybody got a HP up. Yeah, that's another thing that was introduced in this version. The mechanic that every 5 fights, every 10 fights that you manage to survive, any character that manages to survive 10 fights will gain HP ups after every 10 fights that they manage to survive. And that is character specific, that is not party wide. So let's say if Lena dies in one of the fights, then her counter will not be incremented at the end of the fight. Oh, and remember that I can't revive anybody in the middle of the fight. You know, this might not look too different from the No Magic challenge run. You know, once I've stripped those restrictions of not being allowed to wear any other equipment and not being allowed to wield any other weapons. If you strip away that restriction, then this challenge just becomes very similar to the No Magic challenge run. But, and this only struck me when I realized that I don't have access to it. We're not going to have access to the item command. We're not going to have access to defend, which is only applicable on PSP, truth be told. And what else don't we have access to? We don't. Yeah. Selecting enemies is not a big deal unless we run into some really dangerous creatures. But even then, it's not a big deal because as we had seen in the no magic challenge run, it's we generally had, provided that we take most random encounters, we generally had good enough stats to almost one shot them. So not having access to the item command means we can't revive, we can't heal inside battle, and we can't restore status effects. And that, I think, is a big deal. That is quite a big deal. And not just that. Not just that. Remember that end game, we had an incredible weapon called the heal staff. And I abused the crap out of the heal staff. In fact, I made it through the final dungeon without using any potions or high potions. That's how good the heal staff was. So we can't do that because we can't target our party members. And speaking of targeting our own party members, I can't use that technique to grind HP. So if at any point in time I need to grind HP, I need to do this the quote unquote legit way. So that's gonna be a fun exercise. I think we'll see. We'll try to figure out how to grind, what we need to grind, what would be the most efficient way to grind, what we do need to grind. So I think those are pretty much going to be the only interesting parts of the run. Again, I don't really see this challenge run being interesting until mid game. But I could be wrong. I'm just curious to find out. I haven't planned this out in my head. And since it's gonna be 4 Zerks, I'm gonna be as much a viewer. I'm gonna be as much a viewer as you guys. How this challenge will be interesting at all? That is something that is the exact question I've been asking myself as well. We'll find out. That's all I can say. Let us be on our way. Also, fuck this GBA sound, man. Alright, we got a new party member. Yeah, he's the mage, but this is the Quadzerker challenge, so I'm sorry, Minmu. He's gonna get a knife. Yeah. So, copper cuirass, clothes. Cuirass. Now, I know in tactics, cuirasses are regarded as knight equipment. Are you tired of FF5 yet? Are you kidding me? If I'm not tired of FF2 till now, you think I'm gonna get tired of FF5? I'm just tired of doing those random runs, that's all. I would like to do more naturals and more pure chaos, just to expand on my options. Because I feel like after 40 something runs, I've gotten a very good idea of all the jobs, and I remember discussing this with you guys back when I was playing FF5 for the first time. What would be the best way to find out the nuances of all the jobs? And the 4 job fiesta turns out to be a rather good way. I would say a single class challenge is definitely the best way to find out, but a 4 job fiesta is at least more lenient than a single class challenge. So I'm not complaining. I'm definitely not complaining. The only things left to me are freelancer, mime, and GBA jobs. But I'll need to hack them in order to play with them. Since the GBA jobs you only get almost at end game. When do you get those jobs? You get them after pyramid, right, Matt? Oh crap! I forgot to buy armor and Gatria. It's okay. Leather cap, leather gloves. Don't have body armor yet. Anything I can sell? I can sell the cuirass. For tablets and total to open the first part of Sleep Temple, we get the 3 shards. Seriously? You need all 4 tablets. I thought you just needed the pyramid in order to access. No. You need the ship, don't you, in order to access that area? Dude, come on. I'm quite sure you don't need all 4 tablets. Or I might be wrong. I know that I only unlocked all of those jobs after I beat the game. But that was my intent. They're not that good anyway, are they? You could say that about so many of the base games jobs. But the thing is, I learned to appreciate where they are good, where they are bad, and just the fact that I even managed to find good things about the Zerk is a huge achievement, according to me. I hereby denote myself as an FF5 expert. But as I was saying, whereas they are considered mage armor since they are very light. And remember that we are trying to go for a challenge run where Zergs will only equip heavy armor. So the fact that we are only restricted to heavy armor might just prove to be a restriction. According to me. You can be entered and the party can acquire 3 of the 4 new jobs. Huh. Okay, so you need all 4 tablets and the 12 legendary weapons. But I remember that someone, I believe this was after Folk Tower. Didn't some dude come up to Butts and say, "Hey, check out this fissure that's just open south of Phantom Village." Wasn't that right after second tablet? Maybe I'll go check out the videos. Alright, do we need to heal? We do need to heal. Oh, Min was not gonna have a problem for a long time. He's got 175. That's when he got all weapons. I see. Okay. I'm gonna stock up on as many potions as I can. How many? Oh, I can buy a good amount. But I also need money for equipment. Oh crap. Money grinding might be a thing. Something that I've not done in a while, in a long time in FF2. In hindsight, I probably should not have bought the potions because I'm gonna get some new equipment here. Weapon shop. Do you sell any? No, you still sell the axe and dagger. Wait. Is the dagger is better than knife, I believe. Oh, yeah. Never mind. We'll just stick to the knife for now. I just don't have the money. Where's the equipment shop? Yeah. bronze helm and bronze glove. We still don't have bronze armor. Copper cuirass is mage equipment. Not gonna say mage equipment. Um, light equipment. Light equipment not allowed. Okay, I guess first thing I need to do is make some money. Might as well do that while we are traveling to the next city. It's not as if these guys are doing significant amounts of damage anyway. It's just that it slowly adds up. Lena's HP increased. Interesting. Hopefully Lena won't keep completely screwing me over in terms of HP. Like Maria always does. She has horrible vitality. I'm not going to complain whenever I get random encounters right near a town. But I would prefer for them to actually get a hit in so I can gain HP. So we need some higher rank enemies now. And now Minwoo's up to speed with knife level as well. Oh boy, there go the frames again. So when the game is stable, the internet's gonna fuck me. Oh look, new enemy. We can actually hurt him? I'm very surprised. I am very surprised. Normally the soldiers have so much defense that at best history only shows 2 entries. Why did I not just kill a soldier? Why is the goblin all the way here? This makes no sense. This makes 0 sense. Whatever. Like I said, I'm gonna go for full bestiary, just for shits and giggles. Leg Eater, Hornet, and Goblin. Those are the 3 enemies at the beginning of the game. Soldier is the upgrade once you head into the next loading zone. Now we can run into green goblins here, so I must remember to encounter them. Very few enemies are actually missable, so I'm not too worried about filling up the bestiary. Oh, this town is the same equipment selection. In please, that's what I was looking for. What, have I not played this game before? All that Final Fantasy V has messed with my head. Man, I hate not having memory cursor. And look at how slow we are moving. Ah, finally an a worthy opponent who can actually do double-digit damage. And after that, Zizat did not gain HP. That's okay. He's got a lot of HP for now. For now, I said. I'm really skeptical about entering the first dungeon right now. Like, I expected at least a little bit more HP, but look at Lena. 35 HP? What the hell? She's Lena, alright. I keep forgetting. In the NES version, when you enter this town, it starts you at the top. I don't know why they changed this, but I guess this is more convenient. F is a meme. Must be. Hey, this translation is... I don't know, it seems like I've never read this before. Like I said, if I played FF2, I would probably enjoy it. Well, it depends on how you play it. I mean, the way you play, since you're so focused on DPS, I think you would fall under the category of people who would always dual wield, just like in FF3. Never wear a shield. I don't think you would enjoy that. Rescue them and we'll talk. All of this dialogue seems so new to me. Well, let's see what we can do. I played tanks. What's tanks? Don't tell me it's that NES game. Oh, I remember that tanks NES game from childhood. Me and my brother used to play it. I'm a tank main. FF14, I believe. So you're a tank main. What exactly is a tank main? You mean you don't have any DPS and all you do is take hits like a monk? Actually, monk can dish out some kind of damage. Unless he's like the monk from FF5. Kappa? Actually, not even Kappa. Monk is pretty bad in FF5. I officially still can't believe we're doing so much damage to a soldier. Those guys have insane amount of defense for this stage. Take this for all my squishy team members. I don't know how stuff works in FF14, but I guess you must have what is equivalent to the cover. What is that? Enhancement from FF4. What is it called? Already forgotten. I keep thinking about the cover ability in FF5. Okay, first dungeon. Draw attack, not draw attack. Draw attacks as well, but cover. The knight ability. Oh look, we got Green Goblin finally. Now I must remember that this is pretty much the only place I can encounter green slimes. So I need to get a sample of that. Correct, it's a paladin ability, nice. So it's a paladin ability, then who's a tank? What class is a tank? Or is it just called tank? Vampire Thorn was at number 2. Okay, I see. Sprinter. This guy's a sprinter. And where's the green goblin? Goblin guard. Warrior Paladin, Dark Knight, and Gunbreaker are the tanks. Okay, Paladin is a tank. So which one do you play? Bombs! These things only have 20 HP, so pretty easily dispatched here. I mean, whatever I play Paladin on the side, leveling Dark Knight on the side. I have no idea what main and side means. You'll need to explain. Speaking of FF14, there's a... Well, classic World of Warcraft is trending right now. Do you play Warcraft as well? Or is FF14 the only thing? Main character, side character, like I said, no idea what those mean. Character account. So you can have multiple accounts with the same subscription. I need to be very careful with healing them up. I don't have any Phoenix Downs right now. So have multiple characters on same subscription. Oh, I see. You can have as many characters as you want or what? I guess it just depends on how much you're willing to grind. I'm guessing that's how you level them up. One character can be every job. So the more time you spend as a paladin, that's what you're calling as a main, yeah? So I guess the guys that just spent days and days playing the game must have mastered every single job. How much time does that take? Also, I'm the best on that. So it depends on comfort as well. That is something new to me. It's not as if Paladin is objectively better. As in you main Paladin just because you grinded a lot more levels with it. So it's not as simple as that. Does it give me a treasure config as well? No, just the bestiary. Does not show me how much treasure I've collected, but I doubt I'll miss any. 169. Excuse me. No. There are only 128 enemies. I don't get this. I guess all the other stuff is for solo free, but we need to remember that there are only 128 enemies in the base game, including the final boss, of course. Actually, how the hell am I going to get the final boss in the bestiary? Let's hope Soul of Rebirth takes care of that. Otherwise, my 100% bestiary is doomed. Like, is it not even possible in this game? Lancelot fucked. Tanks are designed to be equal if you play them at the highest level. What is the highest level? Like the highest uh, ma- mastery of the job. Oh, Butts is almost dead. I don't have Phoenix Downs. Kill him. Highest amount of player skill. Wait, is there a competitor scene for FF14? Never heard of it. Never heard of FF14 being included in esports. There's League of Legends. There is. Yeah, everybody keeps talking about League of Legends. I am Diamond tier and whatever crap that all that means. That is news to me. So I guess a league for FF14 is right around the corner then. God damn these esports. There's a ranking for the amount of damage you deal. But then that puts the tanks at a natural disadvantage. Better than 85% of all warriors. League of Legends, Dota. What other esports are there? Counter Strike, Call of Duty. Wait, Call of Duty esports died, I believe. There was a heavily advertised Dota tournament right now. Just recently concluded, I believe. And I only know it because an Indian cosplayer won something in there. Like what the fuck? Is that even a thing in India? Interesting. This place can get paid jobs and stuff. You mean in-game currency? There are global rankings. Real life working on the game. So they get paid by Square or whoever manages FF14. That's what you're talking about. So that's pretty much what you can hope for if you become a top FF14 player. You have large guilds to pay their best players, as in real money. Wow, that is some dedication. To be competitive, you may have to play full time. So it's not just all grinding. Is that what you're telling me? Because based on what I know about MMOs, the more time you invest in it, the better you'll be. I mean, yeah, sure, there's an element of skill. It's not grinding at all. Wow. Then my entire concept is just falling apart. What is the concept of MMOs then? Like I've seen memes and all where people just spend their entire days, like months on MMOs, and just their real life falls apart. Is that not a thing? Or maybe that was just the past. Request for your first job? What we consider grinding is leveling other jobs or characters. So this quest things is not grinding. That's what you're trying to convey. In-game, the amount of grinding in-game depends on the game. Basically, no end game grinding, but you have to grind to reach end game. Or then, what is considered skill? Where exactly is skill involved? It's just in the raids, is it? Like the videos you showed me. You do your raids every week. This MMO stuff sounds pretty interesting. But I'm just trying to figure out how much of it is just plain effort versus actual skill. Can I get a green slime encounter at any time? I might have to go inside one of the trap doors. Ambush closets. Maximizing your class and passing mechanics. Maximizing your class. Maximizing your class is grinding, isn't it? Or do you not consider constantly going on quests to level up your character as grinding? Maintaining uptime. I can understand that quests will have minimum level requirements or whatever, minimum skill level requirements at least. Maximizing using all the utility health. Oh, okay, that's what you meant. Optimizing. Yeah. I was like, maximizing your class means I immediately thought about job levels. Like, what is it? Just job level mastery? No. Okay. So you got a set of tools with whatever class you're maining, if that's a term. You find out as much as there is no secret level past max level. You just find out all you can about the class that you would like to be your main and come up with strategies of how to play with that. Okay, that makes sense. And then there's teamwork, of course, in raids, which is I can definitely see skill involved there. The coordination is just ridiculous, magnificent. Oh my god, Lena still does not have even 50 HP. What am I gonna do with these kids? Not gonna lie, I'm quite surprised by the fact that I've been able to make it this far. I don't know why I'm always pessimistic about my challenge runs. Grinding for ultra rare equipment. Ultra rare equipment, you're gonna grind. If you want ultra rare equipment, I can understand that you're gonna grind even in traditional RPGs, not just MMOs. But seeing as how MMOs are generally open world and you just pick and choose your jobs rather than a particular story, that is at least that's how I believe it goes. So because it's that way, I guess I don't know. You just sit down and play and do whatever the hell you want. Is there like a certain progression that you have to follow, like an RPG? I don't think so. There is no beating the game, is there? And plus, on top of that, publishers release new content every now and then. So what that content consists of, I don't know. Is it an additional piece of world which you can explore? After in the first fight in the studio, knowing a combo is better for two enemies or not. Researching and learning the fine details of your job. There's no beating the game. In a subscription-based model, there better not be. You got it as new dungeons, raids, and story. Story! So there is story, which means that for some stupid reason, if you wanted to, you could play it as a traditional RPG. So I guess what you would do is just reach the end of that story, the conclusion of that story. Like what is the conclusion of each story? I guess if each new content is divided, if each story is divided into arcs, it would end with a boss or something being revealed about a certain character. How would it be? Okay, this is obviously a boss. Let's heal up. And let's see what we can do. We already gave it up. Never thought I'd have to deal with your kind down here. I don't know. I didn't catch what you said. What I said was closing the door. Sure, no problem. What I said was I was just asking what exactly does the story take the form of? How exactly do they release story as new content? Is it just a reveal about a certain character, or is there a boss at the end of that story? How does a story arc end? So let's say you're just roaming the world right now, and you want to go and explore some new content. How would you go about doing it? And at what point in time do you then say that okay, I'm done with this new content? What is the end point of that? When you say story, is it like there's a boss at the end of it, or do you get a reveal at the end of it? I'm assuming there are cutscenes and stuff like that. Or is it just that it takes the form of a traditional RPG, a traditional single player RPG as far as story is concerned? Well, if you think you're getting mithril, you're right. My mithril blade straight through your heart. I don't know if this is me post Final Fantasy Tactics dialogue, but this dialogue certainly seems pretty good. Isn't ever main story quest? The story is basically single player gacha. So if for some stupid reason you wanted to play FF14 as a single player RPG, you could. No point to it, but you could. And as you said, apparently the story is pretty. We have received 100 damage and we have dished out 1 damage. 88, fantastic. 0. 0. Okay, I can see this is going well. 10 damage, wait, we can actually do some damage? You won't have to talk to them. I'm not asking from an antisocial perspective. Story dungeons and trials with others. But they can be complete strangers, right? I mean, my point, how I'm trying to visualize this is you just play it as a traditional RPG. Due to fundamentally press the Q button, you get other people. Okay, it works like that. So, here we hit our first challenge in the game.
You dumbass!
What? I reset the death counter. God damn it! Why is it still showing 35? I think it's JavaScript caching. I need to take care of that in OBS. Also, it's no longer lagging, so I have no clue what the hell is going on. Alright, so how do we deal with this situation? The problem here is we are not able to do any damage at all. So let's see if we can get some better weapons, because I have not upgraded my weapon since what was it? Since the first town in the game. That that Sasquatch looks like he has no arms and legs from one perspective. There we go. That's what I wanted to fill the bestiary. The problem is, can we actually hit them? Can we actually do damage to them? Slime type enemies, perfect defense. Fortunately, pretty much all weapons in FF2 can crit. So with enough perseverance, provided that we can actually survive the fight, we will get critical hits. The only question is, can we survive long enough? These guys only have 10 HP, so I think one crit will be enough to kill one of them. Now, the percentage of crit I believe is 5% per level. So there we go, we got a crit here. Another crit, wow, you guys are on fire. So since we've got level 3 in our respective weapons, a relatively decent chance of getting a crit every 4 or 5 turns at least. So the crit mechanic really helps us out late game when we'll be at 7 or 8, level 7 or 8 in our respective weapons. And they also changed the crit mechanic for the remakes. So you'll be wondering, if we can crit, why don't we rely on crits in order to defeat the Sergeant? Because as you saw, we are actually managing to survive in this battle here. But the Sergeant, his damage output is way too much. We can't compete with the Sergeant. We need a better way. At the very least, we need more powerful weapons. Because if we are doing 0 damage, the only conclusion is we don't have enough power behind our attacks. So unlike FF5, the power of each attack in FF2 is not completely determined by which weapon we are wielding. So there's always hope. Even if I wanted to use the basic knife, there's always hope that if you grind enough strength, you might be able to hit through the enemy's defense. But generally speaking, the easiest way is just to get a better weapon, including bare fists, mind you. Right now, let's take a look at our attack score. Where exactly is it? Attack 15, okay. So the way this works is with an attack of 15, with an attack of 13, um, a random number between 13 and 13 into 2 will be rolled. So between 13 and 26, and after that, the enemy's defense is subtracted from that. So this clearly means that the sergeant has almost a defense of 30. That the sergeant has a defense of 15 at least, because Butts was consistently not able to get any damage in. So at the very least, we need. Oh shit! Lena's dead. Damn it, Lena! Now you're gonna be behind in HP even more, and I can't heal until I reach the end. And Phoenix Downs are too expensive at this stage. Butts and Zazat are at least over 100 HP. Lena's gonna be a problem. Lena's gonna be a problem for throughout the game. Oh well, I can't revive in battle. And until Phoenix Downs actually become affordable, there's nothing I can do. More HP. She's gonna get left behind so badly. Might not have saved her, but there was no way. There was no way in this case. At 45 HP, it was just a matter of time when she was gonna get targeted by 2 or more enemies and she was gonna die. That's all it was gonna take. We'll see. We'll see what we can do about her. Yeah, look at the Sasquatch. Don't picture them as holding a club. It feels like they've had their arms and legs cut off. How sad. Zazad is about to die. Let me heal him up before anything stupid happens. Oh dear God. All of these guys have a bow attack, which ignores defense. This is possibly one of the worst encounters in this dungeon. A whole bunch of green goblins and a soldier. All of them have a bow attack. So worst case scenario, everybody decides to use bow and we die. Well, not really. As long as we have Minwu, it's gonna take a pretty bad situation to actually have a wipe. And one of the bad situations is coming up against a sergeant, against whom you can't do any damage. My opinion is that they expected you to use magic. I'm pointing my phone at my screen. It has been done before, so it would be acceptable. But imagine your comfort as well. How stupid would that be? But what is the situation about your laptop and everything else? Have you gotten a replacement, or what exactly are you planning to do about the fact that it just busted up? Is the police taking forever? Man, that sucks so bad. Almost makes you wish that you had kept your old laptop around, eh? The first one you had ordered. Did you at least get to test it out? Whether this new laptop was able to handle streaming and, well, not streaming, but handle whatever you wanted of it. Like you just majorly want to play FF14, yeah? So let's head back to Salamand to see what weapons we can buy. I believe the battle axe is available in Salamand. But let's think about the worst case scenario. What if even the battle axe is just not good enough? Oh, there we go, 18 damage from the soldier. That took a while. Capture card couldn't work. I have absolutely no expertise on that. But did you manage to find out why? You know, doing this challenge run is kind of relaxing in a way. I don't need to think about what's happening inside battle at all. Because there's nothing I can do about it. Nope, tried everything. Oh man, when it rains it pours, eh? Laptop doesn't work, capture card doesn't work. Try plugging your Xbox 360 to make sure it works. I'm getting suspicious of that now. I forgot fuck somehow. Xbox and Wii works. Okay, cool. You have a Wii too? Damn! How many consoles do you have? Now to open the disc slot. I can make it. Why am I going here? Yeah, this is pretty relaxing. I literally don't have to pay attention to battles. If I die, I die. There's nothing I can do about it. This is 2019. What did you expect? Wait, what? Oh man, seriously, I'm playing too much FF5. Healing at an inn does not restore death status. Great, just fucking great. I need to spend 500 bucks on a Phoenix Town. I could have done that earlier. Oh god damn it. What this means is that I have no option but to grind for money. God damn it. Well, let's buy weapons first. Just hire a priest. A berserk priest. That's possibly the only thing worse than what I have currently. And if we really wanted a priest, Menwu is more than suited to the job. Please, don't you ever doubt him. I went into the armor shop. Sorry, boss. We have battle axe. All right, let's check out how much power it has. Battle axe is just 20. So can we do it with the battle axe? Regardless of whether we can or we cannot, I'm going to buy 4 of them anyway. But we do need to grind for cash. So this is something that I never thought I would consider, but what would be the best options to grind cash? Probably the green goblins. Wow, are you kidding me? I have to spend 500 bucks? This sucks, man. This really sucks. Not only do I have to grind for cash in order to buy potions and some phoenix downs just in case, I definitely need to grind long enough to get Lena, a decent amount of HP. Holy shit! If all it's gonna take is 2 shots to kill her, I need to make sure that doesn't happen. Otherwise, she's gonna cost me a lot of money. But for now, we go with a bunch of battle axes. Might as well buy the latest in armor while we're at it. Might help against a sergeant. Okay, battle axe is only 250 bucks. Okay, pretty cheap, pretty cheap. Let's see how Minu handles the battle axe. Oh, my heart goes out to him that he's forced to do so much violence in the name of greater good. At least all of that is justified in Soul of Rebirth. Yes, yes, hit Maria. Lena, god damn it. Oh, battle axe even looks cool. Looks murderous. Cruel irony that she actually got HP this time. Can we not move any faster than this? Nice! Good amount of damage. Hopefully we'll finish him off in one turn. Otherwise, please don't kill Lena. There we go. She better gain HP. Yep. Minu got HP. He must have hit the 10 fight threshold. $57 HP. So what is the grind goal here? Just Lena's HP and nothing else. The amount of HP she has right now is not good enough. But I'm just trying to figure out if I can somehow force the enemies to hit her. I can actually do that if I move everybody, if I use the formations to my advantage. So if I move everybody to the back row, she's the only one who's going to be targeted by physical attacks. Problem is, she only has 57 HP. Probably not enough to survive all the physical attacks coming her way. Let's give this a shot. If she dies, I'm just going to reset instead of spending 500 bucks. Oh god, I got the worst possible encounter. Don't miss! You guys in the back row are obviously going to miss, but come on, Lena. Oh, she's not gonna last. Well, if only I'd got an encounter like this earlier, she wouldn't be struggling so much for HP. 4 more to go. Not Lana. Okay, thanks. You go on, hit Butts. He can use some HP. I generally prefer Butts to have more HP than Zezat, but simple fact is Zezat has far more vitality. So every time he gets HP, whether it's automatic or triggered by losing HP during fights, he's always going to get more HP than everybody else. Holy shit, dude! You got too many points! 23,000! What are these for? Why for TCG? Not your concern. Okay, I guess that worked. She got HP. So we'll continue with this tactic for a while. Until she gets like about 120 HP. 120 HP sounds fine. And this section of the game is what I meant by it not being particularly interesting. I'm glad that we actually have a challenge that we need to figure out. And based on what I have currently determined to be the solution to this challenge, we are grinding for some HP as well as cash to buy better equipment. But just the act of grinding is so repetitive, especially in this challenge run. Enemies roaming the open instead of random encounters. Like Chrono Trigger. That is certainly that was pretty novel when I first saw it. But apparently it's not a new concept. There's this really old game called the Seventh Saga. It uses a similar concept. Only if you actually bump into an enemy will you be pushed into an encounter. And on that, and by that same philosophy, enemies can bump into you as well. So even if you're not moving anywhere, you can get into an encounter. That was pretty mind-blowing to me. Also scary. F12 and 13 do as well. Okay. So enemies will encounter you and throw you into a random encounter, and since that is active system, and since that's an active system, that's actually pretty dangerous. In turn-based system, it's okay. If you're just, if you're just standing somewhere and you go take a bathroom break or go for a cup of tea, it's okay even if you get into an encounter. Sweating. F12 was originally intended to be an MMO. If you get behind them, you can ambush them. Wow. You can do all those shenanigans with open world. But if you remember, Chrono Trigger kind of implemented that in, I think, just a couple of instances. If you sneak behind those guards, you can just insta-kill them. You don't get any experience or anything like that. But that was pretty nice. Chrono Trigger did so many things that are just different. We can get into battle with multiple encounters. And they can kill you. Oh wow. That makes sense. That makes sense. What is the general plot of Blue Dragon? How come monsters are killing each other instead of working to kill you? That's how it is sold to us in Final Fantasy, isn't it? Monsters are all in cahoots with each other against a common foe. That's why you read what you wrote before you press enter. No biggie. And the bugs eat the booze. The natural order of things, eh? It's pretty funny though. Get into an encounter and just watch the enemies kill each other. What is this, Final Fantasy 2? Where's the other way around? You get into an encounter and the enemies just watch you kill your party members. All for the sake of gaining HP. Oh. HP increased. Awesome. This strategy seems to be working. So kids, learn to use the row system to your advantage. If you want to focus fire on one target, this is how you grind HP. This is how at least I think is the best way to grind HP. The intention, on the other hand, what was the dev's intention? Which is a very puzzling game that I like to indulge myself in whenever it comes to FF2 or any game. But FF2 is a game where I think it is much more difficult to figure out what exactly the intention was. How exactly did they intend for you to grind HP if it was not to have you beat up each other? I think the fact that you're allowed to target your own party members is just a matter of convenience, so that it's technically possible for your characters to hit each other when you're confused. At least that's my theory. I don't think you were ever meant to intentionally hit your own party members in order to gain HP and whatnot. And with the increased XP. SP. What does SP stand for? From the scrolling list. Status from scrolling list, so it's just going to be random. Ooh, there's some shadow points. There's some FF2 in there. Interesting. Like, the randomness of FF2 is not what I like, but it's certainly something that I don't mind. I think the randomness brings an inherent amount of replayability, like all of those roguelike games that Matt keeps talking about. And get if you have epic timing, but you just said it's way too fast to keep track of. Going to face something or another. Okay, I don't think this area is good enough anymore to grind in. Because these guys are not doing enough damage at all. We might be better served if we go into Summit Cave. Or I have an option. I have an option here. Let's just remove all of our equipment. So hopefully she'll take much more damage now. Let's try this. We'll have 2 cycles in a second. I don't know. I'm quite sure they must have intentionally designed it that way, to scroll too fast for a human to pick up. So I don't think it would even be possible with epic timing, but who knows? Who knows? Anything is possible. In addition to HP, it's also nice that everybody's getting an insane amount of axe levels too. Now, do note axe levels aren't really going to make much of a difference because just like in FF5, if your attack minus the enemy's defense is going to be 0, getting more hits is not really going to help you do more damage. But hopefully people are getting some strength points as well. I still don't think that we have enough firepower to take on the sergeant, but we'll give it a shot with our battle axe. Once I get enough cash to get to buy everybody bronze equipment, we'll go and take on the sergeant again. I want Lena to get at least 100 HP. Shadows of power, but it's way less edgy than it sounds. Oh, you're talking about Blue Dragon? God damn it. I completely lost that context. Okay, Shadow is your power. And the main character Shu gets a dragon. Oh, okay. That's basically Pokemon. Oh, the shadows are blue and the shadows fight for you. Dude, that's basically Pokemon. I see. You can't fool me. You don't capture shadow. Yeah, it was just a loose reference. So it's like a Pokemon solo run. Do you make your shadows fight for you? Okay, so in the front row. What's her vitality? Stamina 11. So one more HP up, even if it is automatic, will get her across the threshold that I want. Like, why do I even want 100 HP on Lena? I don't really know at this stage. But this is the problem with grinding HP. The way this game is designed, these enemies are too low leveled. Oh, there she goes. She got an automatic HP up. So I think we are good for now. Ah, damn it. Make dosing, but when you take hits, it's your actual character taking the hits. It's one of the characters and the thing they control. But your shadow levels up, eh? Using shadow points. Sounds interesting. Where do the jobs fit in then? Do you like give your shadow jobs? Shadow levels are effectively job levels. So you change jobs by changing shadows. The shadow gets job. Why the fuck is there a human even? If it is a human. The proxy sword is a character. Okay, seriously, I only have 3,000 bucks. How long have I been grinding? Oh god damn it. You know what? I'm just gonna buy whatever I can and then we'll go give it another attempt. Okay, these things are pretty cheap. Yeah, 3,000 bucks is enough. Shouldn't it just what it does? So what exactly is the role of the human? Nice. I still have $1,000 left, and I underestimated how much money I have. Bronze helm, bronze armor, bronze gloves, all heavy pieces of equipment. Fun fact: just take a look at the evade. 1-0%. Oh god, I'm gonna pay for that. I'm gonna pay so hard for that. 1-0%. And this is exactly heavy armor means heavy armor. Really screws with your evade. Everybody has. Oh, Menu's got level 2 evade, but at 0%, doesn't really matter. Human controls the shadow, they're tapped into each other's head and basically linked as one unit. But the human doesn't do shit! Oh wait, he takes damage, eh? So is it like your offense is based on the characteristics of a shadow and your defense is based on the characteristics of the human? Is that how it works? Human takes damage and the human and the shadow are the same thing. Okay, what kind of a clusterfuck is this? Okay, never mind. I'm just gonna stop thinking about that. I'm gonna stop trying to analyze that. Unfortunately, I doubt I'll ever get to play it, but hopefully at some point in time I will get to see you play it, which is when I'll try to decipher all that crap. Yes, anti-shadow job increases your defense. Not gonna think about it. It's very simple when you see it. Well, hopefully we'll get to see it sooner rather than later. How long has it been since you sent your laptop to Razor? Why do these companies skimp on customer service? But I think it's just you never get good customer service with anyone. Salam, send me the address. Oh wait, so the laptop is still just sitting with you. Wow. Okay, should I buy potions or should I buy Phoenix Downs? If I don't buy Phoenix Downs, damn it, they are so damn expensive. Just take out. Yeah, I'm gonna prioritize potions for now. Now that Lena has at least 100 HP, hopefully her survivability is far better. I mean, obviously it's better than it was, but hopefully she'll be able to survive a couple hits at least. If you don't mind, Lena. What is this? Instead of a Zerk, I've got a Bard. Or a Dancer, even worse. I forgot to heal. In other news, we can one-shot soldiers now with that 5 extra points of damage, 5 extra points of attack power we get with Battle Axe. So, let's give this another shot now. Healed up. Yeah, should be fine. And all the levels we got from Axe might just help get more crits. So potentially we might be able to defeat the Sergeant with Axes alone. Although that was not my plan originally. I'm just using slot one in order to save right outside town, because it's very much possible that I might get completely screwed, be stranded in the middle of nowhere with no resources. So we don't want that. And this time I'll constantly monitor everyone's health. So I think we are fine for now. I think I forgot to mention this. We cannot run from any fights, because in the SNES version of Final Fantasy V, if you have 4 Berserkers, it's impossible to run. Aquarium Mystic Blade is the main shadow basically. Absolutely no clue what you're talking about. So you better get your shit fixed. If I am to make any sense of any of this. Because the Sword Master is a physical attack and uses elements. So that's like a default job? There's no freelance? What? Again, why am I trying to make sense of this? Ugh! Damn you, puzzled! You try to hook me with all of these cool sounding mechanics. It's just gonna hurt my brain if I can't understand what the hell is going on. Okay, this does not look like a good fight. We better get crits and we better get them fast. Master White Mage, Black Mage, finally you just unlock a new Shadow class. I wonder why Sword Master though. White Mage, Black Mage is understandable. One default offense, one default defense. But why Shadow Master? Won't just making him a knight make sense? Consider a character levels the ability of the human to channel the shadow magic. Character levels. Character levels increases the ability of the human to channel this shadow magic. That's like getting gym badges to control Pokemon, eh? Got it. Is that why they decided to make this into a different game? Hey, you can't blame me for trying to come up with analogies. I always try to relate to something new in as a comparison to something I already know. I mean, at least be grateful that I'm not comparing to FF2, eh? Oh wait, I did. What a Final Fantasy Pokemon game. Speaking of World of Final Fantasy, weren't you going to play that? Did you say that it was finally running on AMD chips? AMD GPUs rather? Then after Golden Sun 2. Oh, I see. So you got a long list of plans. Seeing as how Golden Sun 2 is longer than Golden Sun 1, and I'm told that Golden Sun 2 is much longer than Golden Sun 1. So we're gonna have to wait quite a while. And who knows, plans might change by then. Wink. Gold Saucer 2. Speaking of Gold Saucer, Final Fantasy 7. Well, current plan is Final Fantasy 8. So I'm gonna try and hold back and not do any research about Final Fantasy 8. But I can't help it. Actually, I can help it. I'm going to try and approach this blind, at least at the beginning, because I really want, I really want the same experience as I had with Tactics. Now that I look back at the beginning of when I started playing Final Fantasy Tactics, holy crap! Wow, dude, I had like no clue what the hell was going on. I still don't, to a very large extent, but wow. I don't even know how I managed to win those fights. Early game must be much easier than I give it credit. 3 discs, so it's very long. So is Final Fantasy 7. Would you consider that to be long? Like it is, I guess it's pretty long, especially considering all the cutscenes. But how long? How long would you say Blue Dragon is? God damn, I was not expecting a single slime encounter and I've already gotten like 3 or 4. Maybe my lucky day. My lucky playthrough. Do you remember they could store like 20 MB onto this? Are you kidding me? Sony invented the compact disc. It was Sony, right? Well, it was like 80 hours. S7 actually one disc. What? Is there a conspiracy? They made also the FMVs. But the entire game is on every disc. No, man. I distinctly remember that once you reach the edge of what's that, Midgard, then they ask you to put the second disc. Speedrunners never change disc. They don't have to. Then what do they do when the game asks them to change the disc? Because I remember Midgard isn't a disc change. When you leave Midgard, it's a disc change, isn't it? I kind of seem to remember that. So you can have access to the FMA for the next part. So you just say, okay, I've changed the disc, and then don't change the disc. Is that what? What the hell? Okay, let's give this another shot. 2 hits, 64 damage. Okay, at least she survived. 46. Okay. Hey, we're actually able to do some damage now. I did not expect this. Must admit, I did not expect this. What is going on here? We are actually doing some damage. So I guess the sergeant doesn't have that much defense either. Oh, there we go. What? Okay, one pleasant surprise. I seriously was not expecting to win in this fight, but I guess I did. If you up to the dev room and cheat in OP character and kill Sephiroth, is there no is there no glitchless version where they don't do crap like that? As from the earlier parts of the game, playing in the end game simply because the game is reading whatever it can. Glitchless is 8 hours only. Nice. Yay! We can finally buy mithril equipment. But Foist? I'm so glad Lena got some HP out of that and I managed to save. Let's check out the bestiary entry. Queen B. When did I encounter this one? Green slime. Let's show how much defense he's got. 210 defense. Holy shit. Wait, not holy shit. I believe the final boss also has 210 defense. But of course, by that time we already have we have better equipment. We better have better equipment. Sergeant. So he had a defense of 25. Okay, interesting. He had a defense of 25. We had an attack of 20. Okay. Zezad actually had an attack of 24. What about Minwoo? 22. And remember, basically the attack that is rolled is between 20 22. I mean, between whatever your attack score is and double of that, regardless of weapon. So best case scenario, we were attacking him with base power of 40, 44, 48, whatever, depending on character. So that's why it managed to pierce his defense. Interesting. I did not know that Sergeant only had 25 defense. Using kill the boss instantly for free is more like 12. I would ask you how they managed to kill the boss for free, but I would rather find out for myself. Also, Sephiroth is the final boss, eh? I guess I shouldn't be surprised. But I was kind of hoping that there was someone behind Sephiroth as well. Oh, come on! Did I make a mistake when I said that the slime encounters were rare? Come on, guys, you guys need to crit. So HP values for Butts and Zezad are looking pretty good. You are meant to think Sephiroth is the final boss. Oh, not Shinra, eh? Because from what I have played of the game, it's actually no. Sephiroth, yeah. Sephiroth is meant to be the final boss because he hurt what's her name? Tifa. Killed her father or something like that. And even Cloud has a beef with him. So I guess it makes sense. But they just get in your way. It's more like Shinra are supposed to be the villains only for the first part of the game. But once Sephiroth enters the picture, we are all swept up in that. I'm guessing the entire game is just one big chase. One big chase sequence. Don't answer that. Alright, let's check out this completely inconspicuous chest. Keeping enemy for the rest of the game, don't worry. Finish the game? Yeah, at some point in time I will stream it. I just don't have the motivation to play it on my own. Just, I have better things to do. Hey, I don't even need the teleport tome. Land turtle, 0 damage. Sounds familiar. 2 damage. And he did 71 damage in retaliation. So once again we are faced with an enemy with very high defenses. This one seems to have even higher defense than the sergeant. Can we persevere? Apparently we can. Okay, I am constantly getting surprised here. You know what? This is really impressive. I am officially impressed that even something as crappy as the battle axe can do that much damage. So much for my prediction that we're gonna be facing off an insurmountable challenge at the end of the first dungeon. So much for that prediction. I mean, yeah, sure, I granted a little bit, but I should have gotten the battle axe anyway. This is a Quadzerker challenge. You want to keep on top of weapons. More slimes! You gotta be joking, man. Okay. So I guess it's been pretty cool so far. We've been able to handle anything that's in our way. Sergeant and the turtle kind of challenges, but we dealt with them easy enough. Just by getting better weapons, a little bit more HP. Honestly, I was expecting that if I wanted to beat the sergeant and the land turtle with axes alone, thus keeping true to the principle of the Zerk, I would have to either grant a lot of HP, as in 500 maybe. Maybe that was going overboard, but yeah, that's what I expected. That's what I visualized I would need to do. So I was more than prepared to just drop the restriction of only using axes. But I guess they are good enough, at least in the GBA version. I'm quite sure that if I was playing the NES version, this would not be the case. But I would need to try it out to actually find out, because this game constantly keeps surprising me. It's almost as if I keep underestimating. I keep underestimating how easy this game is. But then again, I did predict first half of the game was going to be a cakewalk. Not a cakewalk, but not too threatening. It's the second half of the game where the enemies start becoming assholes. Hey, I could be wrong in that too. Yeah, I'm not ruling that out. I mean, it just seems like they just reduce the extent of difficulty. Almost wish that I was playing either the PlayStation version or the NES version now. But just hang on, there's still 90% of the game to go. So let's not jump the gun. Yeah, this stuff is going to be boring for a while. But hopefully at some point it will pick up interest. Hopefully. I mean, God knows I was very disappointed with my level 1 challenge run. That was hardly a challenge. But that was also a demonstration of how amazingly powerful the Blink spell is. Like, Blink at level 1? Are you kidding me? All you need to do is stack 2 or 3 Blinks and even the endgame enemies are not able to hit you. Like, what the fuck? And once you get haste and or berserk, even physical attacks become very viable in a level 1 challenge. So that was yet another instruction of how easy, if not the original version of the game, but at least the remakes can be. I did the level 1 challenge on the PSP version after all. It's almost 2 o'clock in the morning, but I'm planning to work from home tomorrow, which will allow me to get up much later. So I think I'll continue for a bit. I was really fortunate that I didn't get a traffic jam while returning from work today. This is that season. And traffic jams just sap the life out of me, man. Especially these days. Almost as soon as I hit office, I'm like, man, I want to go back home and continue my 4-job fiesta run. But now that August is almost over, that high is slowly dissipating. I have the entire day tomorrow to finish my run, start a new run, and the weekend as well. When is the 30th? Wait, what? I don't have the weekend? Today's the 29th. Friday. Yeah, oh, fish. So I can't. So this would need to be my last one then. Unless I can complete one in 2 days. So we'll see. We'll see what jobs Gilgabot assigns me, and based on that, we'll see if I can actually beat it in a couple days. Friday's stream is going to be 4-job fiesta after all. But with my current party, I'm just struggling with Neo X Death because I've got one Zerk, and because I've got one Berserker, that's one person who can't use Phoenix Downs after Almagest and Grand Cross have had their way with me. Almagest is okay, but Grand Cross, Jesus Christ. It's not enough that I already have one Berserker. Grand Cross went ahead and zerged one more guy, zombified one more guy, and the person who was supposed to use Cure 2 was silenced. Yep, fantastic. Grand Cross is fine. Shut up! It's almost like Grand Cross took offense when I berated it last time. I was like, I hate Grand Cross, but it's so damn unfair. Ever since, Grand Cross has been making me pay for that comment. But hey, I've got White Mage, Time Mage. Technically, I could get rid of Almagest, but Almagest is not the problem. Or, well, it is a problem, but it's a known problem. It's just that I'm only level 27, so I have barely enough HP to survive Almagest. And I have to be very quick about that to use Cure 3 as soon as Almagest hits. Otherwise, Sap will just kill two of my guys. So I think the answer is just to grind a couple more levels. 27 with my party, especially with one Zerk in it, who is basically useless in terms of helping others out. Seriously, having a 3-party team versus a 4-party team makes a pretty big difference. When you are at the brink of death and you are looking to recover. Zerg's just gonna keep doing his thing. You know, now that I've decided not to abuse any facetious HP gain mechanics, I actually appreciate this new thing they introduced in starting the GBA remake, starting this remake, in fact, where every 10 fights you are guaranteed to gain a HP up, which means it's just going to be a question of time. Thing is, 10 battles is a long time, especially if your vitality is stagnating. Let's take a quick look at this. Stamina 16, stamina 13, 18, and holy shit! Minwoo has more stamina than the other guys, including Zazat. What the hell, Minwoo? This guy is too OP. Nah, we just want to make our way back to Altair with the Mithril. And apparently, these idiots think that Mithril is the only thing that is stopping them from acting against the empires, plural. Like, how stupid do you have to be To blame your weapons, eh? Our weapons weren't good enough. Alright, right, we have to give it to Tobu. How am I forgetting this stuff? Wow, very good for speed running later. Give the mystery to Hilda instead of Tobu, eh? I can buy the equipment I made over at the shop counter. This will keep my hands full, I tell you. Yeah, one chest full of Mitsuda is going to keep his hands full for the rest of his natural life. Either these guys have some crazy efficiency with that thing, or I don't know. But we finally get to buy metal stuff, right? We get metal knives, we get... Where's the metal axe? We don't get an axe here in Altair for some stupid reason. But we can buy metal knives. 400 bucks. Rain check. Let's go check out the armor shop. So as expected, mithril armor will be pretty good in terms of defense, but it's also really bad in terms of weight. But since we've got 0% evasion anyway, which is good simulation for the Berserker, that's the reason that I did not want to equip shields. Gaining levels in shields will grant more evasion, and although that will ensure that we evade attacks, it'll also... The thing is, for some reason, evasion also works towards your turn order instead of agility. I think that's something I'll focus to fix on the NES ROM. The way turn order works currently is that it's based off of your evasion. Enemies don't have agility; they only have evasion scores, which is probably why they decided to do it like this. Just have it based on evasion rather than agility, because then you would need to differentiate between characters and enemies, which would lead to suboptimal coding, I guess. Because if you look at the ROM, if you look at the RAM for the NES version at least, you have character data and then you have monster data. And I guess evasion is stored at the same offsets for both characters and monsters, so that's why. That's my explanation based on what I've seen. Mithril helm, mithril armor, and mithril gloves. The full set is going to cost me 1500 bucks, which means I need to grind 4500 in order to buy everything. That's not gonna happen. So I think for now what I'll do is just buy the heaviest. Let's just buy 4. Oh wait, it's gonna cost me 6000, not 4500. I have 4 people to cater to. Oh god. Wow, dude. I can't believe that I'm running out of money so damn quickly. I can only buy 3 mithril armors. Okay. Be that as it may. I mean, technically, I'm just hurting myself even more. Actually, I'm not. Since everybody's got 0% evasion anyway, more defense is just going to be helpful. Yeah. That's the story I'm going with. Well, we can sell some of this crap. Teleport sells for 500 bucks. $1480, I think I can buy 1 more mithril armor. Here's the crazy thing. The silver armor, which is much lighter than the mithril armor, has the same defense rating. What sense does that make? It's pretty obvious that they wanted you to focus on, they wanted you to actually go out of your way to see the effect that armor has on your evade. How the hell is anyone going to notice that, is my question. Are we good? I think we are good. How much cash do I have? Just over 800 bucks. Not enough. Not enough by far. So I'm not going to grind. I'll just upgrade equipment as and when I can. You know, now that I think about it, I think the intention was never for you to actually be able to be in a position to purchase an entire mithril set for everyone. Because it's pretty good defense for this stage. It's pretty good defense. Have we got our marching orders yet? Let's quickly talk to Hilda. We're supposed to go try and destroy the dreadnought. Let's just hear her out though. That night overseeing the dreadnought's construction was most capable. Fortunately for us, he's tending to other matters now. The theft of the mithril has likely knocked the Empire off balance. Theft of the mithril has likely knocked the Empire off balance? We stole one chest of mithril! These guys are so damn deluded. I would like you to journey to Bavsk. Okay, so I'm just gonna call it Bavsk. If you are to stop the dreadnought from being completed, this may be our only chance. I don't know the dreadnought. Let's just carry on. That we have a decent amount of HP, all of these enemies are non-issues. But I can't really run from anything. Not being able to run from random encounters is going to be a pain later on. I can already think of a couple of encounters which I would rather run, but I can't. Wait a minute. Balloon should have a mithril shop as well, right? I need to buy mithril axes. Damn it! I should have spent money on the mithril axes instead of armor. Yep, we have a mithril axe in Balloon. Let's keep note of that. It's 700 bucks, which means we need about 2,800 in order to afford 4 mithril axes. Let's see if we can find some cash somewhere. One of my biggest complaints about this game is that when you do decide to grind, you have to go inside dungeons. Probably that is intentional, make you suffer more. Make you invest a lot more of your time and effort in order to actually get somewhere. Because if you just mindlessly grind, mind you, without resorting to hitting yourself, if you just grind outside towns, you're not going to get anywhere. At least, certainly not at this stage in the game. Constantly fighting goblins and soldiers and whatnot. Absolutely worthless. Because remember that you need to lose a certain amount of HP in inside one fight in order to have a decent chance of gaining HP. Same goes for MP, but MP is never going to be a consideration for this challenge run, so I'm not going to bother talking about that. And unless you actually take damage, you're never gonna gain. You might gain HP because of that every 10 fight rule. Why man, Salaman? I wanted to go to Bosk. Absent-minded. If they can't hurt you, then well, you're gonna gain HP, but you're not gonna gain Vitality. And Vitality is what determines how much HP you're gonna get. So just imagine if you had a higher Vitality score, you would gain more value out of fighting 10 fights and gaining that auto HP up, even if those fights were just against simple goblins. Which is why, in effect, in one way, Vitality plays a far more important role. By Vitality, I mean, of course, stamina. It's called stamina in this translation. Stamina plays a far more important role in your HP than actual HP. And the only way to gain stamina is by taking damage. And the only way to take damage without resorting to hitting yourself is to go and find some monsters powerful enough to actually damage you. And since all of my Zergs are wearing an incredibly defensive pieces of equipment, these guys are just not able to do any damage. Look at that, 0 damage, poor things. Now who's doing 0 damage, eh? Nah, I should fight against a sergeant and try and taunt him. He's the one I have a beef with, not these poor Sasquatches with no arms and legs. So, Bosk, you need a pass to board the Dreadnought. That was random. You're with the rebels. I am the rebellion. We've got to destroy the Dreadnought. Yeah. Let's go check out the rebel. Okay, Borgen is supposed to be here. Is there any new equipment? I don't think so. There's no mithril here. You can't buy any mithril stuff here, and all of this is superseded by all of these weapons are superseded by their mithril equivalents. And I believe the same goes for the armor shop. However, point of note in this armor shop is we get to buy the silver cuirass. For some reason, it doesn't show the equal mark when I point the silver cuirass. But in terms of defensiveness, it is the same as the mithril armor and much lighter. But for the purposes of this playthrough, cuirasses are going to be considered mage armor, mage equipment. Although we do have robes later on in the game. Like I said, berserkers need to. Oh, wait. We can consider cuirasses as the mid-tier equipment that ninjas and monks and rangers, those type of jobs wear in FF5. I mean, berserkers are restricted to heavy equipment. So even if a lightweight piece of equipment actually offers more or equal defense than a light or medium equipment, we're still going to have to prefer the heavy one. That's just the way things are. They can carry light body armor. Can they? Like what? Give me an example. Can they use silver plates? Can they use the silver plates? And what other light piece of equipment? Stealth suit. Stealth suit is something that the knight can also wear. Training suit, strength suit, dark suit. Oh, they can? Okay, that is interesting. I guess I never noticed that. Always preferred the heavy armors. So normally I would just go from mithril armor to gold armor to diamond armor to crystal armor. I don't think I ever noticed that they can wear strength suit and dark suit. Heavy armors can always use a light body armor. Quite sure that the knight can't use the strength suit. I don't know about the Mystic Knight, but I'm kinda sure that the Knight and the Samurai, or the Dragoon for that matter, can't use the Strength Suit. Can you quickly look this up? They sure can. Okay, that is like news to me, man. That is news to me. That opens up an avenue of opportunity for us. If they can, if Zerks can equip the medium type armor, then cuirasses are on the table. Not robes, of course, for obvious reasons. Robes are not on the table, but Knight, Monk, Thief, Dragon, Ninja, literally everyone. Okay, this is interesting. I did not know that. I thought it was heavy armor only for the knight. Or maybe that's my spillover knowledge from Final Fantasy Tactics. Chernobyl took command of things in Bath's a short while ago. Things have gotten much easier than they were under the Dark Knight. It's hard to believe a bumbling idiot like Borgen could become a general in the Imperial Army. God damn it. So they can only wear mage armor, cannot wear those. That makes sense. Oops, you didn't hear that. Nope, I didn't. But what do you know about the Dreadnought? So you're the ones they sent to destroy the Dreadnought? Yes, I'm the rebellion. That dialogue has stuck with me. Don't worry, I'm on your side. There's an entrance to the sewers up ahead. It's a back way leading to the Dreadnought. Be careful. If they see us talking, they may start to get suspicious. So I'm out of here. Good luck. And he disappears right where we're about to go, but there is no trace of him. Oh, music change. But this place is a joke. Just more of the same enemies. Like, why? The difficulty spikes in this game are legendary, I tell you. Right now, these guys are doing 0 damage, and suddenly we're going to encounter enemies doing 100 damage. While we only have about 200 HP. What the hell? At least they're not one-shotting us. Yet. This is going to be a pretty consistent feature of this playthrough, I think, unless I remove the no shield restriction. As we proceed through the game, we'll find that enemies consistently get their turns before us. And that might get interesting. I use the word interesting very lightly, of course. Oh boy. Looking forward to that. At least that might wake me up from this stupor that I find myself falling under. Constantly having to deal with non-issues like bees and whatever the hell that thing is. Like, who came up with that stupid idea? It is a tree wrapped around itself like a snake. Vampire Thorn, Leg Eater. What kind of monster is that? Probably D&D. Is there a monster like that in D&D? And if it was in D&D, I'm quite sure that we would have found something similar in Final Fantasy 1. Like literally everything in Final Fantasy 1 bears a correspondence in D&D. How's the bestiary looking? I think I need to make it a point to think about whether there's ever any missable monsters in any dungeon I visit, especially the ones which I can't visit later on in the game. Land turtle, okay. Zombie. Is that all? I think that's all. Yeah. Also, we are probably going to get ambushed more often than not. This will be a pretty nice learning experience for me. It's been a really long time since I've done a challenge run with where my party members had very low evasion. So kind of interested to see what's going to happen. I mean, undoubtedly, constantly getting ambushed, enemies always getting their turn before me is going to piss me off at some point. I just need to roll with it. Oh, a blessed preemptive strike. Is that even possible? Mwahaha! Look at this. I had forgotten about this. Look at how these idiots try to hide the fact. I mean, they don't even bother. It's so all they do is put the same portrait and darken it. Like, are we supposed to be stupid? Nah, I don't think so. Maybe by the time they got around to create the GBA version of this game, they just decided that, you know what, it's not even a plot point in the story that what's his name? That Gilgamesh is actually working for the Empire, or he was supposed to be the Dark Knight. But I'll be honest, playing the NES version of this game, I thought it was a pretty nice twist. Yeah, sure, it's a 1988 story, but I thought it was a pretty nice twist. Remember that I had not watched Star Wars at that point. So maybe for anyone who's watched Star Wars and who's already made the connection that I mean, we're still very much in early game, but apparently it bears such a resemblance to Star Wars that the connection, you can't help but make the connection. So I guess anybody who had seen Star Wars and was playing this game would have already assumed that the Dark Knight, oh, this is going to be that dude that who got lost, wasn't he? I sure as hell didn't. So I'm not going to go to the extent of saying that it was a shock when I discovered that Dark Lord is actually Maria's brother. I thought it was pretty neat. Luke, I'm your brother. Someone related to you. It's kind of scary that I'm pretty much referring to everything as it was in the really bad translation that I was playing just before this playthrough. I'm calling the Dark Knight as a Dark Lord now, and the empires and the rebellions. But I guess that's how much of an impact the amazing translation had on me. But that's gonna be it for today. Hmm. Yeah, as expect. Oh, no, not as expected. Sorry, I did not expect to actually beat the sergeant and as well as the turtle with just axes. So for now, for this stage in the game, we are good in terms of simulating a Quadzerker run as close as is possible in a completely different game, of course. Quite happy about that. Let's see how far we can keep up this charade. At some point in time, our four heroes will need to unmask themselves and proclaim to the world that they can use pretty much any weapon and wear any armor because things were getting way too difficult. But that day is not today. You guys have a good day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.